Within the new communalist movement, it also had a really developed theory of how to use these things to make social change. The theory came primarily from Buckminster Fuller. Buckminster Fuller was a funny polymath architect. His papers are at Stanford for those who are interested in studying his life. He's a fascinating guy. This is Bucky actually out in front of the American National Exhibition in Moscow in 1959. It's sort of an astonishing image. He's a very important figure in the American Cold War enterprise. He's also the person who patented the geodesic dome that you see there. He didn't invent it, but he patented it. It's an interesting distinction. So Bucky had an idea that he called comprehensive design. Fuller's daughter, back in the 1920s, died. And she died, he thought, because he, as a freelance architect at the time, was unable to get enough of the world's technological resources aimed toward her health and survival. Exchange can have value in the interpersonal range. Can you tell me where I can find a good contractor? Can you tell me where I can find a good car dealer? But it can also have value in the economic range. For some people particularly, notably journalists. Howard Rheingold famously said, I can ask the well anything about technology and they'll tell me. Rheingold would then retail what he heard for magazines, notably Wired later. But he was a freelance journalist. He was able to take the community's gifts to him and monetize them. They didn't resent that, in part because Howard was such a good friend in other dimensions. He was on the well all the time, he's very warm, he's very friendly. So people are in fact being paid, but they're being paid in a different register. What intrigues me about the well is that it allows all of these lines to get crossed. You can have a performance that makes you a good friend, but it may also demonstrate that you're probably a reliable character to do business with. In a world like Silicon Valley in 1985, where people are changing jobs all the time, this ability to work across multiple regimes of value, to build a reputation that works for you as a person and a manufacturer, a potential collaborator socially and a potential collaborator professionally, is incredibly valuable. This is what keeps you mobile at a time when you have to change jobs a lot. Moreover, the well does another piece of work that the catalog used to do. You remember I said that the catalog used to map the counterculture. The well serves as a map of interesting, value-sharing programmers in Silicon Valley in the mid-'80s. If you want to find somebody, you can go on the well, and there are about 500 people in there in 86, 87, and you can find them, and you can check their reputations. That's very, very valuable. In that context, the idea of virtual community is what sociologists might call a contact metaphor. You can see if I can work that through here. So here's something that John Cope, who was one of the early managers of the well, a former commune guy, used to live and work on the farm in Tennessee, which, by the way, is now becoming an old folks' home. Actually, for real? Yeah. Imagine, spending your golden years with the Gaskins. Wow. Okay. I don't know the Gaskins. You should check them out. Professional and personal interactions overlap, because that's what a village is. A place where you go down to the butcher or the blacksmith and transact your business. And at night, meet those same neighbors down at the local tavern or the Friday night dance. Silicon Valley, 1992. Butchers? Blacksmiths? Village? It's not where I live. This is